Welcome to our first ever remote summit. Although a remote summit isn't what we originally planned, I'm grateful that we can reach more of you this way. Tens of thousands of you from over 90 countries. Thank you for joining us today. Now, we're living in unprecedented times. None of us have lived through anything like this before. It can be scary and unsettling, but one thing it does show us is how connected we all are. Something that affects one of us affects all of us. And I'm hopeful in this time of crisis, we'll come together as a collective community and that we'll each help each other to become stronger, and this will be an opportunity for a new beginning. Now, to all of you at this event, to your families and the entire Atlassian community, we wish you well during this time of uncertainty. I want to take a moment and recognize the Atlassian community around the world, and especially the 400 community leaders we have on this call. You've continued to bring your communities together in person and virtually to share and learn from each other, and for that, we're eternally grateful. And a big thank you to our summit sponsors. Thank you for being flexible through all the changes and for being a vital part of our ecosystem. We couldn't put this summit on without you. Now, the impact of COVID-19 is going to have a lasting, wide-ranging effect on the way that we work. I'm presenting to you from my home today, as are all the presenters after me. And most of you at Remote Summit are probably watching from your homes too. Now, it's not just the virus that has dispersed our teams. For years, work has become increasingly integrated and global. Boundaries between traditional departments have dissolved, and success now is more dependent on alignment with other teams rather than individual team optimization. I'm going to say that again. Success in your organizations is more dependent on alignment between teams than the success of any individual team. Atlassian's mission is to unleash the potential of all teams, no matter their size, function, or location. And when your teammates are dispersed globally or each working from home, it's that much more important to have a clear understanding of the work at hand, who's going to do it, and when it will be done. And that's where Atlassian comes in. Atlassian is the platform where work is unified and accomplished between teams. And not just for Atlassian's own products. Atlassian also unifies work for third-party tools like Slack, Dropbox, and Zoom. And it doesn't just stop there. New tools enter the market every day. Now, because Atlassian's products are extensible by design, it's easy to integrate other best-of-breed tools and make Atlassian the hub of work in any team or organization. And to help teams everywhere unleash their potential, especially those navigating remote work for the very first time, you can now try out any Atlassian product for free, up to 10 users per product. I want to say that again. We've made every Atlassian product available for free, up to 10 users per product. Additionally, we're offering 1-year subscriptions to Trello Business Class for free to educators. So educators at K-12 schools and higher education institutions can get Trello Business Class for free. We believe this will help schools affected by closures stay organized and connected as they transition to remote learning. Now, this is an incredibly proud moment for Mike and myself to be able to help teams all around the world unleash their full potential in a time like this. Now, teams like Envision, who lead the way with remote work for all 700 employees. Well before COVID-19, all 700 of their employees were working remotely. They rely on Jira, Confluence, and Trello to stay aligned across all their teams. Now, to show you how they use our products, as an example, for every new hire they make, a Trello card is automatically populated and all the work across multiple functions is tracked in one place. At Engie, a utility company with over 150,000 employees, Trello is used to help their remote teams set goals and deadlines, keeping them organized. And Jira Service Desk is used to manage requests from employees across the business. Now, like these teams, I'd encourage you to use our products to help your remote workers, and also to try one of our products for free and see how your Atlassian can help your team stay aligned and move work forward, no matter where you're located. Now, we have a fantastic lineup for you today. And yes, of course, it's all about teams. First, you're going to hear from a customer on how their entire organization from research to funding, has standardised on Atlassian. Then stay tuned to hear about how we're helping dev and IT teams work more closely from agile development to incident management. After that, you'll hear about how we're making collaboration more simple and delightful for HR, marketing, finance, and other business teams of all types. And at the end of this keynote, you'll be able to pick and choose from a menu of sessions to find the ones that are most relevant to you. Now, please welcome Kelly Drozd from St. Jude's. Kelly comes to us directly from Memphis, Tennessee. Welcome, Kelly.
Hi, my name is Kelly Drozd. I have the privilege of serving the incredible mission of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital as a manager of Agile Delivery and Marketing for ALSAC. ALSAC is a fundraising and awareness organization for St. Jude. Our organization has doubled over the past decade to become one of the nation's largest healthcare charities. But before I continue, I think it's important to share the journey that we've been on for the last 60 years.
They said it couldn't be done. They said that it was a task which would break my heart. They said it was impossible. At this very moment, as I speak to you, in the city of Memphis, Tennessee, there is being constructed a hospital in the form of a star. There it is, in concrete, glass, and steel, to offer help to all the children of the world, regardless of race, creed, or economic status. You and I have vowed that we will do everything in our power, spiritually, physically, mentally, and financially, to bring about the defeat of these catastrophic diseases. We're going to begin with leukemia, and by God's grace, after defeating it, go on to other diseases. That little tiny building has led the world in advancements in pediatric science and clinical care, and now it's going to rise up. You will bring it to the fore through an organization called ALSAC. If I were to die tomorrow, I now know why I was born.
While we're sitting here making this video, there's a family that's walking through the front doors on a Friday afternoon, and they're at St. Jude. When we came to St. Jude, I asked the doctor, "Can you treat my child?" And he said, "No. We're going to cure him."
Today, we are a $1.7 billion organization with 1,400 employees. Our teams are spread across 38 locations, and we also have team members that work remotely. We have 7.5 million customers, 1 million volunteers, and 31,000 fundraising events annually. As an organization, we need to operate efficiently and effectively to make the best use of our donors' dollars. Our teams must be focused and aligned. Atlassian has been powering ALSAC for almost 15 years. Jira and Confluence have become the backbone of our enterprise. In 2007, Jira became the primary workflow tool for our technology teams, and along with the use of Confluence, the tools began to expand into other business units, such as customer experience, enterprise operations, event management, gift planning, innovation, marketing, strategic partnerships, and human resources. We now have over 175 projects across the enterprise, and that number is growing. Our instance of Confluence boasts 39 spaces, which are all open and unrestricted. We have over 350 personal spaces and over 220,000 pages, attachments, and comments. We also have Confluence content gardeners and trainers that help teams with adoption and best practices. Atlassian platforms are so extensible that with add-ons and integrations, we can easily integrate with our other tools and platforms. Tableau is our enterprise data visualization tool, and with a Tableau plugin, Confluence is the #1 way that our organization accesses these dashboards. We use Jira Tableau connector for visualizing operational metrics. We use team calendars to track dates for campaigns, events, and travel, and also out of office. Our user experience design team uses InVision with add-ons to Confluence. They can share with the enterprise what they are building. Our enterprise content teams have been testing Kamala workflows and Confluence to approve and publish our patient stories. We use the marketplace to find concept share, which is now added on to Jira and allows us to route creative assets for approval. We have created Confluence templates to help standardize events, campaign strategy, and planning documents. We use Confluence Knowledge Base for agile resources as well as training materials. We implemented Jira Service Desk recently to centralize our internal technology requests. It's pretty clear that our organization has grown and that our Atlassian tool stack has grown with us. I want to take a moment to share feedback directly from some of our teams. Our New York regional office asked, "Is it weird to be romantically in love with a project management tool? I am so in love with Confluence." Our enterprise content team shared, "We struggled to find the right place to share, edit, and approve content. Confluence is so user-friendly that even our least tech-savvy team members have made the transition with ease. I can't picture our work without it." One of our agile delivery managers said, "When I first started working here 2 years ago, I remember being exposed to Confluence for the first time. When someone showed me meeting notes and the ability to track action items, I instantly fell in love." Atlassian tools have empowered teams to take control of how they work to drive collaboration and help break down internal silos. And similar to for-profit companies, ALSAC continues to strategically reposition. Agile adoption has scaled across technology, innovation, customer experience, and marketing to ensure that we are keeping our customers at the center of everything that we do. Having world-class tools help us visualize and connect work across our enterprise, and it's really allowed us to better align our business priorities. They have also provided teams autonomy to create transparent digital environments to plan and work together. Our mission is clear. We won't stop until no child dies from cancer. Atlassian has been an essential part of our life-saving mission. Their generous nonprofit licensing has helped us save millions of dollars for the kids of St. Jude. Atlassian tools help support a culture where individuals have the opportunity to do meaningful work with passion and heart. Thank you.
Hello, Atlassian community, and welcome to Remote Summit. My name is Sean Regan, and my partner Amita are going to take you through our delivery and our exciting product announcements for software and IT teams today. But before we start this off, I have a sincere thank you I want to offer, and I encourage all of you to do the same. Thank you to Kelly for sharing that inspiring story. Thank you for taking time out of a very busy month to contribute to our event for all of us. And thank you to everyone at St. Jude and every medical organization in the world. Your work has never been more appreciated. And if we at Atlassian and everyone in this audience can play even a small role in providing the services that help keep your medical team supported, I'll speak for all of us and say, we are honored to do it. And I also have to say a big thank you to our product, engineering, and design teams. I am really excited with what they gave me to present to you today. This is going to be a fun presentation. And what we're showing you isn't next year type stuff. What we're showing you is live in production, beta right now, or shipping over the next couple of months. It's going to be a good show. Let's get started. So this remote event itself is an example of change in our digital world. We went from running a live event in Las Vegas to a virtual event in about a sprint and a half. In the past, the physical realities of running an event would have simply meant this is over, canceled, done. And our events team would have only been cleaning up rather than planning how to move forward. Today, the ability to adapt to change and keep on going is the cornerstone of our digital economy and your digital competitive advantage. That's why we're here. We help you keep going. We help you operate. We help you innovate. We help you compete. And at over 160,000 companies like yours in almost 200 countries, Atlassian and our champions are powering agile, DevOps, and ITSM transformations. Teams focused on agility use our agile solutions and our partners to help product, design, and program management teams plan and track their work in a very agile way. Our DevOps solutions help your developers, test, and SRE teams flow quality code through to release quickly. And our ITSM solutions bring the most complete post-deployment capabilities to infrastructure and ops and support teams. With Atlassian, you can connect dev and IT to accelerate change approvals and resolve incidents in ways no other vendor can. And we don't stop at the team level. We also connect the C-suite to the work, to the strategy, and to everything your team is doing within Jira or Trello. With Jira Align, executives have visibility into the work being done, but also the trade-offs and decisions that your teams make so they can deliver the strategy. But I want to be super clear. We don't do this alone. Atlassian believes in an open approach. And we believe that because no single vendor will ever deliver all of the tools and solutions necessary for modern developers, DevOps teams, or ITSM teams. Our industry moves too quickly, the tools move too fast. A modern tool chain in an agile company will be comprised of best-of-breed products that work better together to help work flow through your company. And that's why, as Atlassian, we believe the greatest value we can contribute is around collaboration and around bringing a common platform for work to help unify more teams, more tools, more data, and more types of work in your company than anyone else can. Today, as we go through this session for Summit, we're going to focus on unleashing the potential of your dev and IT organizations through the Jira platform. For almost 20 years, software development as a profession has adopted the notion of agility at its heart. Agility guides the philosophies that encourage developers to test and learn, to fail fast, and to find new ways to innovate quickly and deliver value. But on the other side, the IT organization for almost 30 years, informed by ITIL, has adopted a completely different set of words at the heart. Words that place reliability, predictability, and security at the center. And never before have those words felt so good as they do today. We need reliability. We need uptime to keep our services going. But the business, the customer, and the challenges of the world right now are asking us also to go faster. And this puts a lot of stress on the teams. If their process, philosophies, and goals are so different, how do they deliver the outcomes that the business, the customer, and the world are asking for? For the last decade, the DevOps movement and recent updates to ITIL have tried and done great work to combine the agility of the software team and mindset with the operational needs and mindset of IT. And great progress has actually been made. In a survey we run every year, we just saw an amazing number. 99% of respondents said that DevOps has had a positive impact on their organization. It's pretty hard to get anyone to agree at 100% level on anything, so I'm pretty blown away by the 99%. But there's definitely some big gaps still. For example, there's no good way for dev, IT, and the business to collaborate on work that isn't email, chat, or file a ticket. And sometimes file a ticket can sound like and feel like get in line and wait. What if a ticket was a way to get you in or to move you forward? What if it was a way to accelerate your movement rather than an impediment. I think with Jira and automation in Jira, we can make that happen. And that's what we're going to show you today. Jira puts dev and IT on a common platform for work management to give them ways to operate with autonomy while still having tight coordination. Jira can turn your ticket walls into workflows with automation and smarts. And Jira delivers the most high fidelity connection to your code, the pipeline, and the developers. And what this does is it gives your IT teams the ability to resolve incidents without paging everybody on midnight and bringing them into the office or into the chat room. With Atlassian, your organization and your team can make responding to change your competitive advantage. Here's Amita to help us get started.
Thanks, Sean. So let's get to it. Let's show you how we're making those interactions between your dev and IT teams frictionless, so together they can build new products and services fast, speed changes through to production quickly, and when things go wrong, fix things fast. So your critical business applications and services are always on. Now, all this while minimizing the risk to your business. Now, just for a second, think about how your teams manage the ideas and requests flying in from every direction, and then attempt to prioritize, plan, and track these requests, and then actually build new products and services. You've got new ideas and requests coming in via email, chat, requirements documents, even hallway conversations. You've got planning and IT, planning and design, planning and development, planning happening all across your organization. You've got your dev team swivel chairing between different tools, just trying to get work done. And then your security team needs to come in and review and approve your code, and everything potentially could come to a grounding halt. It's hard to build and deliver anything fast, isn't it? Really hard. And work can stall at pretty much any interchange. Now let's show you how we put dev and IT on the same work management platform to speed requests through to build and onto delivery. Now first, with the Jira Service Desk portal, we've made it incredibly simple for your employees and customers to submit requests or new ideas, or report issues or changes to your products or services. From there, your IT Service Desk agents can quickly move these requests into your dev team's backlog just by linking issues to your Jira board. It's that simple to move work from the business into IT and onto dev. Over to you, Sean.
All right, thanks, Amita. Now we're back on the Jira board here where you can see the ticket. This is where your dev and IT teams can have a common view of where work lands in priority and how it's progressing. And you can see the add yen issue is at the top of the backlog. Now at this point, your developers are going to go into their inbox, or they're going to log into Jira software and try to find the work that's been assigned to them. But let's be real. We all get a lot of email, and it would be pretty easy to miss work assigned to us. One thing that you can find in Jira now is the ability for any user to go into settings and customize their email notifications based on the role they want to play in a given issue or project. This means they're going to have much less email from Jira, but it's going to come with a much higher signal. Now, that's really great for those of us who see a lot of Jira issues every day. If we go a little further into this, though, it's as easy to move something from the backlog to the to-do column. But sometimes when you have to do things like that often, you forget to do it. And sometimes remembering to update Jira is the last thing that you want to do, even though it's really easy. What if we did a lot of that tedious work for you? That's the question we've been asking ourselves with the Code Barrel team, who power automation in Jira. Announcing the Your Work dashboard in Bitbucket and Live Status powered by Automation for Jira. These two features are going to be favorites of your team when you get back to your Jira instance and start building some pretty cool automation. Here we go. First, Bitbucket's Your Work dashboard in Bitbucket Cloud makes it really easy for your developers to keep doing what they do best. And they can keep doing it in their Git tool. They don't have to swivel chair out. Your Work brings the most important information about a project right to the developer. Let's take a look at it. First, so at the top of the page here, you can see the repos for that specific developer. You can see their pull requests in the middle of the page. and you can see all of the related issues that are assigned to them just below that. It all shows up here in Bitbucket automatically. Everything that your developer needs, all right here, no email needed. Now, the second thing is automation for Jira. These capabilities will keep work in sync across Jira, Bitbucket, and GitHub by sharing live status. As settings change in the repo or the pipeline, Jira gets updated automatically. Aside from going back and delighting your developers and pleasing your program managers, this will save administrators on average about 6 hours a month in labor and configuration work. Think about it this way. Live status works like a flight data recorder for your software delivery pipeline. This is really important when we get to post-production. Think about it like this. With Atlassian, your SRE team has the most high-definition view of what changed, who changed it, and why. If you've ever been on an incident response team, you know that feeling in the first 10 minutes of an incident where you're trying to figure out, where do we start? What changed? Who changed it? When did they do it? We're going to give them the most high-definition view of the answer to that question. And you'll see a lot of that in our presentation today. Now, speaking of automation, since automation is doing the work behind the scenes, there's not a lot to really show you in the UI, but that's the magic. So we'll take this example. On the right-hand side of your screen, you can see that your developers can be working in Bitbucket or GitHub, or in this case, Microsoft VS Code. And when they commit code, that code is automatically updated inside of the Jira issue. Your developers no longer have to deal with the manual mundane updates, and your product managers and program managers no longer have to pester people asking them, why haven't you updated the status of the project? And last, because these updates are more frequent and more consistent, your SRE and your ops teams have a much deeper view into what's happening. Now, that's just one example of the power of combining Jira and Bitbucket to intelligently plan, track, and build software and services. Our tools get out of your way and let you get to work. But all of the speed and efficiency in the world is no good if you're shipping vulnerabilities in your code. That's why we're really excited to talk to you today about Code Insights in Bitbucket. Code Insights is part of Bitbucket Cloud's new code review capabilities, and it's powered by the leading vendors in DevSecOps, vendors like Mabel, Snyk, and Sentry. This feature is being progressively rolled out right now to 100% of Bitbucket customers over the next couple of months, April and May. With Code Insights, we're helping developers get alerted of potential issues before anything gets to production. Take Snyk, for example. On the screen here, you can see that the Snyk scan has found vulnerabilities in the build, and it has automatically paused the deployment in Bitbucket pipelines. Right in the Bitbucket Pipelines UI, you can see context around the whole process. You can see the vulnerabilities in red, and you can see blue links that take you to the relevant commit, Jira issue, master branch, and the Snyk report that you see here. In this report, all of the vulnerabilities are provided to the developer right inside of Bitbucket. No need to go to Snyk to find them. And these vulnerabilities can be turned into Jira issues so that you can track when that work is resolved and have them become part of the pipeline history. When that happens, your pipeline begins to flow. The deployment is ungated and is automatically pushed through staging, and everything goes green. I want to flip it back to Amita to take us through change.
That was great stuff, Sean. So we've just seen how we make workflow across your teams so they can prioritize, plan, track, and build new features, products, and services fast. But we live in a world where change is a given. You have to be able to respond almost instantaneously. Now, this is where it gets really exciting. This is where the benefit of putting dev and IT on the same platform really starts to show up. Think about it. For those of you in development, how often do you feel like you're stuck in some kind of ticket jail when it comes to getting even the simplest of changes through to production? It feels like you request a change of IT ops and you have to wait. It goes through some change control process and you wait some more. You ask to provide more info to IT operations and you go back and forth and wait again. But there are good reasons for that. Your IT ops team is likely inundated with a whole slew of change requests, and they have to make sure that these changes don't cause downtime or put your organization at risk. But the end result isn't great, is it? There's friction, and your organization just can't respond to business changes fast enough. Well, not anymore. Let's take a look at some of the advancements we've made to remove some of that friction between dev and IT and speed up the process of creating change requests, assessing the risk of change, automating approvals, and deploying changes into production. We're thrilled to announce the new integrations between your CI/CD tools like Bitbucket Pipelines, Jenkins, CircleCI, and Octopus Deploy with Jira Service Desk. Now, with this new integration, these CI/CD tools can automatically create a change request within Jira Service Desk. And the new risk assessment engine that's powered by automation for Jira can quickly score the risk and determine if it's a low-risk change that can be auto-approved and deployed, or if it's a high-risk change that requires further approvals. Now, the beauty of all of this is that it unblocks your development team while still giving IT ops a complete audit trail of all the changes that were deployed in one place in Jira Service Desk, as you can see on your screen here. It makes it easier for IT ops to be a true partner to DevOps. No more finger pointing or waiting days on end for a simple change to make its way through. So you get that much needed agility while minimizing risk. But what happens when you have a high risk change or an emergency change, like the one on the screen here, that requires further approval? Well, the new change management view in Jira Service Desk pulls together all the information that a change manager needs to decide whether to approve that change or not, all in one view. And that includes information about the change from your CI/CD tools, the affected service, and the risk score from the risk engine. And it also shows you who needs to approve that change. So your developers can track the progress of that change request right from their CI/CD tool. No more swivel chairing. And you can see that on the right side of your screen. And once the change is approved, Jira Service Desk automatically ungates the deployment for your DevOps team and pushes that change into production. Now that's what's unique about our approach to change management. By putting dev and IT on the same platform, we're able to automate that last mile that's so essential to responding to business changes fast. Okay, so we've shown you all these great advancements we've made that bring dev and IT together to fast track new ideas through to ops and into your customers' hands. But what happens when something goes wrong? It's estimated that 80% of incidents reported at a service desk are as a result of failed changes. So how do you get the right people together across dev and IT ops to come together to respond to and resolve incidents? Let's look at how we help you alert the right people, escalate and create a major incident, investigate and get to the root cause of an issue, and quickly resolve and learn from that incident. As you probably know, we acquired Opsgenie, the market leader in incident alerting, about a year ago. And Opsgenie integrates with over 200 of the best chat ops, monitoring, and collaboration tools. Its flexible rule engine immediately notifies the right people on call. And that enables them to take rapid action and create a major incident right from their mobile device. But what about all those support tickets related to that issue that are likely piling up at your service desk and potentially overwhelming your agents? Well, we've added this great new capability in Jira Service Desk where your agents can now bulk link related incidents together and associate them with an ongoing major incident, or create a new major incident in Opsgenie right from within Jira Service Desk. The new incident investigation dashboard, which you can see on your screen, lets your incident response team quickly get to the root cause of the incident to try and restore that service fast. So thanks to the integration between Opsgenie and Bitbucket, they can now see all the deployments related to a particular service, as you can see here on the screen, and delve into the deployment that happened right before that service went down and add it as a potential cause. What's more, you can quickly get to the right developer that made that change, roll back that change, resolve the incident, and bring that service back online. Now, you're not done once the incident is resolved. The best incident response teams we find learn from every incident. Now, last summit, we showed you the great postmortem capabilities we have built into Opsgenie, but we've since added the ability to export your postmortems to Confluence with just one click. Now, this makes it incredibly easy for your dev and IT teams to continue to collaborate on follow-on actions and share their learnings with the broader team. Back to you, Sean.
Amita's shown us how putting dev and IT on a common platform unlocks three big things. First, it can help you build products and services faster with less tedious toil. Number two, you can speed changes to production quickly. And number three, when things go wrong, because of the faster connection between dev and IT, the incident team can resolve it much better. But a modern agile company isn't just dev and IT. It isn't just software and code, servers and infrastructure. A modern company is agile and has agility at the center of the way it operates. And in a company like that, every single team changes the way they work together, all the way through to the customer. Agile teams ship products faster, they act on feedback faster, and they respond to change faster and together. The changes adopted by technical teams over the last 10 years are driving the evolution of entire companies, whether they know it or not. And it isn't just technical teams and tooling. Agile companies are transforming their practices, their approach to transparency and openness. And Atlassian is a partner on that journey as well. If you haven't seen them, our playbooks are a great way that you can be more open and agile and collaborative at work. And with that extra 6 hours a month that you no longer have to spend administrating Jira because of automation, you can dive into the playbooks and invest in the practices and culture of your teams. Roadmaps are another way you can bridge the technical teams to the whole company. When a roadmap is buried in a folder or in an inbox filled with out-of-date versions of that roadmap, it's pretty hard for anyone to know what the reality is and what the correct source of truth is. And if you only shipped software or products once a year, this is a manageable problem. But modern teams have multiple teams shipping multiple times a quarter, a month, and even faster than that. Roadmaps in Jira end the problem of out-of-date roadmap data, and they provide a clear and super concise way for anyone in the company to understand what's happening with a given team, product, or service. Over a year ago, on stage in Las Vegas, we launched Roadmaps. And it was a great event, and I enjoyed every minute in the booth talking to customers about roadmaps and what they wanted it to do and how they would use it. I really wish we were there this year doing that. But I am really excited to say that we've added a lot to roadmaps, and I think you're going to like what's coming next. People told us they loved this feature because it was a real-time view, and they could see what teams were working on what and how they were progressing. So we invested a lot more. Driven by your input, we did a couple of things. First, we added hierarchy so that anyone can see every issue that ladders up to an epic, along with the status of those issues in a glance. So you have a very good idea of what's happening and how that work is going right from the screen. But we made it even easier. We added a progress bar. Now this is small, but in a single click, you can see what percentage of an epic is complete very quickly. But it gets better. We added some abilities to help you plan better. Drag and drop dependency mapping helps you map out relationships between epics and stay ahead of blockers or dependencies before they become a major issue for you. We also made it easier than ever to share your roadmap. With the Jira Roadmap macro for Confluence, you just paste a link and your roadmap shows up in Confluence and can be shared to anyone in your organization. Now, live in this case means that as your work and roadmap is updated in Jira software, those updates roll through in real time to Confluence. If that hasn't struck you yet, you probably don't do a lot of work with roadmaps. But for those who build roadmaps, that means no more PowerPoint, no more smart art trying to create swim lanes, no more Excel spreadsheets that you have to keep up to date that go out of date as soon as you send them. We're solving that problem for you with roadmaps. And while people love the roadmap feature, there was two main big pieces of feedback that all of you relayed to us. First one is right on the screen there. Roadmaps are not available in classic projects. And we know many of you are using classic projects, and you want the benefits of roadmap for everyone, not just next gen. You are passionate about this feedback, and we heard it. Number two, We also heard from customers that you need the ability to build multi-team, multi-product roadmaps. You want the ability to plan at scale and manage work across multiple teams. We're excited to announce today that in the next quarter, we'll be solving both of these problems. Introducing roadmaps for classic projects. Let's get into them. We're taking the next-gen roadmap that you know and love, and we're making it available in every single Jira Software project, classic and next-gen. Simply put, this means every single Jira Software customer in the cloud gets visibility of the work happening in their Jira project and how they're making progress on those goals. It's also going to make it easier for any team to communicate what's happening at their level in the organization. And while the basic roadmap is really good for tracking and presenting what's going on at a single team or a single project level, we know many of you want to go further and build multi-team, multi-project roadmaps in a single place. And for that, we have advanced roadmaps coming very soon to Jira Premium. Advanced roadmaps are a perfect way to create a single source of truth for your teams and give stakeholders an organizational view of what's happening. With advanced roadmaps, your stakeholders can have a macro view and see the work being done across teams, but still dive into the details to the individual tasks or stories if they want to. And with advanced roadmaps in Jira Software Premium, you can track dependencies and blockers, not just within a team, but across teams, so you can get ahead of them when you're making plans. And advanced roadmaps also allows you to manage capacity at the team level, so you can get a sense if you need to adjust scope or add capacity or push back your date in order to meet your goals. I don't think it's ever been more important for all of us as leaders in an organization to think about capacity on our teams. We're all dealing with very different situations today than we are in a normal week. And so being able to think about that and make adjustments in a tool like this is going to be really powerful. Now, for some of you who are server customers, you may recognize some of these capabilities as Portfolio 3. Well, I'm excited to say that we are bringing the best of Portfolio 3 to advanced roadmaps in the cloud. To sum up planning in Jira Software, we have 3 road mapping tools that will help you plan and track your work at every level of the organization. You have a roadmap that's included with Jira Software in every instance, free and standard, that you can use to capture what's going on at the team level. Then you have advanced roadmaps in Jira Software Premium to give you macro, high-level overviews of dozens of teams and what they're working on. And third, we have Jira Align for organizations that are scaling agile across the entire business and want an enterprise-level roadmap for their organization across work in Trello and Jira. So that's a quick hit of some of the exciting stuff that's coming. I want to thank you for joining us as we help your teams power agile, DevOps, and ITSM transformations. And if you want to learn more about what happens after your tech teams transform and how that rolls across all the teams in your organization, I'd encourage you to join the next session with Raj about unifying work across teams. And finally, I thank you again to Rose, Phil, our product, engineering, and design teams for the slew of new capabilities. We haven't even covered it all, and I encourage you to join the rest of the sessions to hear about things like project archiving and notifications and all the other great features coming out of Jira Software and Bitbucket and Jira Service Desk, Opsgenie, Status Page, everything you know and love. Thanks for joining us at Remote Summit. I really hope to see you in person at an Atlassian user group or in Las Vegas sometime soon. We miss you. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to be here for our first ever Remote Summit. I hope everyone is safe and healthy and maintaining social distancing. My name is Raj Sarkar. I'm the head of marketing for Trello and Confluence, and I'm here to be the host of your session. Scott shared earlier about how teams of all types are using Atlassian to unify their work. And you just heard from Sean and Amita about how dev and IT teams are working more closely and seamlessly using Jira, Bitbucket, and Opsgenie. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you how Atlassian continue to help teams of all types to unleash their potential with Jira, Confluence, and Trello. As Scott mentioned earlier, it is the era of teams. Whether a group of scientists trying to bring astronauts home from a mission gone awry, or a team of soccer players dominating in the World Cup, Teamwork has never been more important than it is today. 90% of companies report they're working on projects so complex that only teams of people working together will be able to solve them. The days of the lone geniuses are long gone. Now productivity and innovation lie in the hands of skilled teams that can effectively collaborate to create the future. But we all know teamwork is hard. Imagine a life sciences company trying to ship a new medical device. From idea to concept development to production, it will involve many different teams working at different stages of the product lifecycle with a diverse set of tools and practices. How do you ensure harmony within your organization? Successful teamwork requires the right tool, the right practices with the right people. It is much easier said than done. It is mostly complicated in the modern era. New tools are entering the market every day, leading to what we term as collab fatigue. With so many tools, organizations are struggling with trapped knowledge, product fragmentation, and a lack of shared vision across different teams. New movements like the no-code phenomena and new technologies like machine learning are creating new practices around automation and easy, streamlined workflows. With baby boomers retiring and millennials entering the workforce, there are 5 generations in the workplace impacting how we work. A modern workforce means a new set of expectations from the workplace. The implication of all this is significant. According to a recent study by 451 Research, only 1 in 3 employees are satisfied with the tools they use at work. Only 4 in 10 feel productive at work. Only 9% say the work itself is the best thing about the job. Atlassian's mission is to unleash the potential of every team. We believe open teamwork is the recipe to unlocking productivity, agility, and innovation in the workplace. We want every team in an organization to be successful, productive, and happy, whether it is a software team, a marketing team, or an HR team. What are we doing to handle the onslaught of new tools entering in the workplace? How can you unlock productivity in your organization with collaboration tools? Starting off, we are building tools for all teams and personas so that it is easy for your organization to standardize on Atlassian tools. Products like Jira, Trello, and Confluence are used by software, marketing, and HR teams to collaborate and get work done. We are building tighter integrations between our products so that collaborations happen smoothly as we move from one tool to the other. We are also partnering with other players in the market like Slack, Dropbox, and Zoom, so that it's easier for you to interoperate between Atlassian and other productivity tools. And it doesn't end there. We are adding features and functionalities to our products, helping organizations like yours to standardize on Atlassian. At Atlassian, we know every company and every team has a unique way of working to accomplish their goals. But let's be honest, kicking off a project, a marketing campaign, or even a brainstorming session can be exciting yet overwhelming at times. There are lots of moving pieces, people to update, and assets together. Starting from scratch can feel like running the first mile of a marathon. Therefore, we have introduced templates across all our products to create a universal language for your organization and make it easier for any team to get started on Atlassian products. Whether the team is a software team, a marketing team, an HR team, or a finance team. We also want to make it easier for you to share best practices across all your teams. We want templates to be the cultural diffusion at your workplace. We launched Trello boards and card templates earlier this year. We want to remove the anxiety of getting started with new projects. We all know that blank page problem. So we tried to alleviate that by introducing team board templates. Team-created templates can serve as a blueprint for success for any team. We also introduced the templates gallery. From roadmaps to campaigns, there is template for that. We have got tried and true templates from InVision, Salesforce, Dropbox, Indeed, SurveyMonkey, and many from the rest of the Trello community. Copy, customize, and you will be collaborating in no time. We also launched business templates in Jira Service Desk, our IT service management solution. Jira Service Desk was originally built for IT teams seeking to modernize in the era of software. But over time, we have noticed how business teams have discovered the usefulness of these capabilities in the era of digital work. To better support these business teams, we have released new templates that are purpose-built for HR, legal, and facilities team. These templates include out-of-the-box templates and workflows for common business tasks like employee onboarding, maintenance requests, and more. Okay, this is something very near and dear to me. Today, to celebrate the millions of teams and the 60,000 customers who use Confluence every day to transform their teamwork, we are announcing a brand new template gallery featuring over 75 new templates. We have collected all the best practices from our ecosystem of customers, partners, and leaders at Atlassian. We have Confluence templates for every role in your org: HR, marketing, sales, design, IT, and more. Organizations like Salesforce, InVision, Indeed, HubSpot have contributed to the creation of templates. So you can rely that your team will be productive for using them. And that's not all. We're making it super easy for you to get started with templates with the new creation flow. Let me show you that. On the right-hand bar, you'll see recommended and most used templates. You can also filter by templates related to you and get a rich preview before you select. This is coming soon to Confluence. Even Mike Cannon-Brookes, Atlassian's co-founder and CEO, has created a template for you. You can use it to keep your entire organization aligned on annual vision and plans. That's all for new tools and templates. Let's switch gear and talk about all the new phenomena in tech. What is Atlassian doing to help you automate your workflows and take advantage of the no-code phenomena? How can you take advantage of the new technologies and practices to increase business agility in your organization? That's why we have made Butler, Trello's no-code automation, a core feature on every Trello board. Butler has already saved users countless clicks and performed those tedious tasks to move work forward within Trello. But now we are bringing the power of Butler to the other apps your team relies on, for example, Jira and Slack. With the Jira integration for Butler, you can now have Butler automatically create issues, bugs, and tasks in Jira right from your Trello board. You can also post comments to already existing Jira issues. How cool is that? With the Slack integration for Butler, you can have Butler post messages to any Slack channel, creating a seamless conduit of communication across your entire team. If you're new to Butler, or even a power user that wants to automate more, we have added automation tips, which are intelligent recommendations for automations based on how you use Trello that can be added to a board in just a click. And we're not stopping in Trello. We're bringing automation to Jira and Confluence as well. We acquired CodeBarrel this year to add automation to Jira. Jira now has a native automation engine to simplify collaboration and increase your team productivity. No coding required. Anyone can tailor Jira and create automations to suit their processes without having to build anything. And the new cross-product automation engine simplifies collaboration across the entire spectrum of users, from developers and IT to the rest of business. Automation is also coming to Jira's best friend, Confluence Cloud Premium. We're adding auto-archiving, basic workflows, and smart analytics-driven suggestion for managing your team's content. Automation helps, but also you need information at your fingertips to bring agility to your organization. We're making it easier and faster to find information and everything else you need in Jira and Confluence. We launched a new navigation across Confluence and Jira. The navigation bar is always visible from anywhere, so you can go quickly from point A to point B, however you prefer to navigate. The product name is always on display, so you know whether you're in Confluence or in Jira and can easily switch between them and other Atlassian products. The things you do most, like searching, creating pages, and switching between spaces, are intuitively placed at the top with labels to locate easily. We also launched a new home experience in Confluence that lets you get back to where you left off with recent pages. You also find in that section pages you have drafted, recently published, visited, or starred. You can easily dive into spaces you frequent on the top, navigate to starred and recently visited team and project workspaces. On the right, you can keep up with your team with a relevant feed. Browse a custom feed of pages, blogs, and activity from people and spaces you care the most. As you can see, we are working really, really hard to make it super easy for you to get your work done with Atlassian tools. We talked about tools and practices. Now let's talk about people. How do you handle the modern workforce with their new ways of working? How do you unlock innovation in your workforce with our Atlassian tools? With consumerization of enterprises, your employees expect to use products that are easy to use, reliable, and delightful. So lately, we have added the following fun features to Trello to help teams celebrate their unique identity. Trello is a visual tool by nature, giving teams perspective at a glance about the work that is done or still needs to get done. By partnering with Unsplash for photo card covers, we have made the boards even more visually stunning while helping you to break up lists or highlight important information. Another way that we have made getting work done more fun is our partnership with Giphy. Our integration with Giphy stickers is another way to bring visual identity to cards, but with a little bit more flair. We also believe that you should celebrate your success when it comes to working together and getting things done. Whether 1 card or 100 cards get moved to done each day, make each one count with celebrations. Just add a celebratory emoji to your list name and get that party started. By the way, we are doing the same in Confluence and trying to make it simple and delightful. For example, we believe analytics is for everyone, and our goal is to transform your data into intelligent insights. Insights are powerful. Insights help you move your work forward. When you know which page in your space is most popular or whether teams are actually reading your content, you can incorporate those learnings into how you create information for your team. With the display of read time on your pages, you can decide whether to commit and dive into a page or schedule time to read it later, especially on the go. Read time also helps content creators to keep pages concise. Initially, Confluence Page Analytics was just limited to premium, but now it is available in standard edition as well. I talked about Confluence Editor last summit. We'll continue to invest in the editor because it is such a vital part of fostering innovation amongst makers at your workplace. We have added some new features in the editor that allow you to share content-rich information without sacrificing your page's readability. So let's talk about them. Expand lets you add more details to pages and can even be nested in a table. Whether you're creating a financial report or simply want more control over your layout, Expand keeps tables and pages clean. Preview links, like automagically gives you a preview of URLs, so you have more context when you're reading a page. We have also completely rebuilding the macro browser to bring you a more receiving macro. So what you see is what you get, and you can stay as productive as possible when you choose and edit macros. This will make your content so much more powerful. We are also making collaboration in Confluence as seamless as possible. The new comment experience is cleaner, more consistent, and performant across web and mobile. Now you can use the all-powerful slash command to add native elements like table, images, and emojis to your comments. We are also improving the discoverability of comments, making it easier for your teammates to add questions and feedback in line with yellow highlighting. Finally, we are rolling out a top customer requested feature soon. We are making inline comments available in edit mode so you can seamlessly suggest edits, ask questions, and revise your pages as you collaborate with your team. I'm sure many of you are clapping now virtually. So, how are all these features being used in the real world by you? Let me walk you through an example. You heard Scott already talk about InVision. I'm going to highlight here how InVision is using templates and other features to unify work on Atlassian. InVision is a digital product design platform powering the world's best user experiences. It's the cornerstone of the product design process for more than 5 million people at tens of thousands of companies. They are 100% fully distributed team, and all 700 of them work remotely. As a distributed company, they wanted one cloud-based platform that could meet the diverse need of the shelf and integrate well with other tools they already use. They picked Jira, Confluence, and Trello to stay aligned and deliver a world-class experience to their customers. Onboarding was a big challenge for InVision, especially since they were a completely distributed team. They wanted one single tool that could be used to standardize their new hire onboarding. The people team picked Trello to manage the enrollment of their onboarding process. They integrated Trello into their HR tools so that the new hire onboarding board automatically populates a card for each new hire. They could then leave notes on enrollment, start dates, etc. on that card so it's visible to everyone. Every department had access to this board tool. This allowed all teams to see what stage of the enrollment process any new hire was and could eventually plan handoff. The board is available in the Trello template gallery for any one of you to use. Thank you, InVision. Being that it's a fully distributed, creating a home that isn't just Slack was really important to them. Confluence became the front door to their virtual office. Over the last 6 to 9 months, they had been working really hard to ensure that Confluence is that home. It has been really valuable for their organization to have one place for all. Templates played a huge part in their move to Confluence. They built 3 templates, each serving as a guide for anyone creating content. For example, they created templates for main page, detail page, etc. With clear documentation, it was super easy for anyone in the company to contribute to their space. This also standardized the layouts, information hierarchy, and the component systems for knowledge sharing across InVision. Using the Slack integration, all changes to a space were communicated to the respective channels, making it delightful and productive for everyone. This is an actual quote from InVision. I'm not going to read it, as you can read it yourself. Atlassian has helped them unlock the productivity, innovation, and agility in their distributed workforce with the concept of open teamwork using Trello and Confluence. That brings me to the end of the session. I hope you have all enjoyed the new features and functionality I shared in these talks. There are thousands of organizations who are unifying work on Atlassian tools. Why can't keep it limited to only one team or few teams? Help us spread the word in your organization. Turn on Jira, Confluence, and Trello for your entire org. This is a preview of what's coming tomorrow. Don't miss the sessions. We'll cover how Intuit is accelerating business transformation and talk about all the new goodness coming to Atlassian Enterprise Cloud and Data Center. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the day.